Hey everyone, we are here again today for day 10 of the 21 Days of Self-Care. I am Drew.
Hi, I'm Asalee.
And we're the co-founders of Survivor Alliance. And like we said, 21 Days of Self-Care, self-care in the workplace. And Asalee, do you want to read off we're starting off with why self-care is needed, and we've got some interesting statistics we found.
Yes, so day 10, we're talking this week all about how you taking care of yourself affects you and the community and has this whole ripple effect of better, positive energy and community, everything. So today's topic is self-care, or in the workplace, as Drew was saying, and I just wanted to go over some quick stats, huge on stats. If you've been watching the videos, you know that. These ones are from the American Institute of Stress, and they took it from various studies that have been done over the years, and they found that 80% of U.S. workers are stressed out. I know I've been stressed at pretty much every job that I've ever had. Even like Survivor Alliance, we're founding this together. We
most stressful one.
Yeah, but it's super stressful, we're not gonna lie. I mean, stress is pretty much unavoidable for me in the workplace, and I don't know, do you feel the same way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're sure many of you feel that way as well. And these stresses can be due to the workload, the people issues, they can be due to job security, or just juggling your home life and your work life. It can become really difficult. And this is also super expensive. It is costing the U.S. industries estimated $300 billion a year, and this can be anything ranging from accidents in the workplace. They found that 60 to 80% of accidents happen while the employee is stressed out, and also just people missing work, absenteeism, because they're just too stressed out and they're like, I can't do this today, I need a break. And so we're going to go over some tips on how to help you out when you're feeling that way at work, so you can keep making money, you can keep going to work so that you don't get too overwhelmed, and then also just so you don't end up yelling at people. They found a 14% increase in violence in the workplace because people are so stressed out that they feel the need to either yell out or lash out physically at their coworkers. So we don't want that happening, and we're here to talk with you about some tips that we have for how to maintain your sanity in the workplace.
Yeah. So, some of these are things that, like, I've incorporated, like, I used to work, I guess I still work behind a computer, but when I really worked in an office, it was difficult at first, like, adjusting. So, one thing I found was, when I first started working there, everyone in my department, like, ate at their desk every day, and I just did that because everybody else did. But once I started taking a lunch break and eating in the cafeteria or, like, lunchroom or going outside with some of the other coworkers in other departments, like, not only was I happier, but my work actually, like, I was a better worker because by, like, 2:30, I wasn't hitting that, like, drained slump. Like, I could keep going until, like, 4, and it also, or 5 or whatever time I left. And you don't have that, like, it just broke up the day. So I actually, like, wasn't dreading, you're, like, counting down the clock at the end of the day, like, 2 hours left. I wasn't doing that as much, but I took a lunch break, or it didn't feel as bad.
Yeah, and something I would do kind of in line with that is take my lunch breaks later in the day. I would always try and push it back as far as possible because I knew that I was counting down the hours, and I'm like, okay, it's a lot easier if I have 3 hours left after lunch than if I had 4, and
that's a good one. I did that too. The mornings go by so much quicker than the afternoon, so make them last longer. And we mentioned, like, going outside, even if it's not for lunch, like, if you're going for a walk or, like, take a 15-minute break, you are, like, legally allowed a 15-minute break every 4 hours, so, at least in California. I think that's standard in, maybe not everywhere, but I hope so. So, like, use that time to go for a walk or do something, and if you, like, can't get away, maybe you've already taken your break and you're still stressed, or just, like, have so much to do and, like, just don't want to get away from your desk. Like, you can still do breathing exercises at your desk, like, can be, like, 10 deep breaths or something just to, like, reground yourself, clear your head, just focus on your breath and, like, not on whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. And
Yeah, another thing that you can do is while you're doing these things, maybe you could also talk to a coworker. That really helped me a lot, but also try and talk not about work. I noticed that with certain coworkers, I would just go over and be like, oh my god, today sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I was still in this work stress mode, but then I would go over to a different friend and, well, see exactly, it became a friend when you started talking to them differently. And we would talk about our personal lives or things that we're interested in, music that we really enjoy. And those kinds of conversations really took my mind off of the workflow. Just another thing is that's an excuse to kind of get up. You can go over, be getting your drink of water and be like, oh, what's up, to the homie. And then you guys can have a little game going. I mean, me and one of my friends would always try and make funny faces when other people weren't looking at us. And that was our way of kind of breaking up the work grind. So it can be something really silly that you do for self-care, or that's really good for you, like getting a drink of water regularly.
Yeah, and even like taking those relationships outside of the workplace. Hopefully there's at least a few people in your office that like you would be cool like getting dinner or a drink with them, or like going to an event with them. Organizing that yourself, or finding like just one other person that you enjoy doing that with, makes work a lot more bearable when you have a friend.
It's so true, yeah. And if you're somewhere where you're like, I can't get away, I can't stand any of these people, I'm just going to go on Facebook, that can be helpful sometimes. Also, maybe sometimes it's not. Maybe it's just like cluttering up your mind with other things. So something that I like to do is have a certain set of videos, like a theme of videos. So somebody I know really likes animal videos, and they notice that whenever they're stressed out, they'll just watch a couple of animal videos. Like my roommate just showed me one of these pandas sliding down this slide, and it's so cute. I'll post it in the like links below so that you can watch that video for self-care. But he was telling me that whenever he's stressed out at work, he watches this video of pandas sliding down, and he doesn't even need sound to just feel the joy and love from them. So maybe like rather than scrolling through Facebook or Twitter, whatever it may be, social media, looking instead at some little cute funny videos.
Yeah, I like that. And I feel like we talked about, I feel like I had something else, but I don't remember anymore.
Yeah. I guess one last thing I have just in line with the videos, and also breathing, like we were saying, taking some deep breaths at your desk are really helpful, is meditation. I mean, I personally have struggled with meditation, and I found this one video that's really, really funny and also relating to meditation, which we'll post below as well, but I highly recommend you checking it out. It's really funny. This guy's like cursing while talking about like all the bull crap in life and just letting it go, and it's great. It's only a couple of minutes, and it's a nice way to laugh and kind of meditate, take your mind off of things at the same time. So there's a bunch of resources out there, and if you have resources that you really like, maybe it's an app on your phone or just a different activity that you do. Maybe you bring a coloring book to work and you color during your break. We'd love to hear from you about what your different methods of self-care are at work and different strategies you have, as crazy or funny as they might be.
Yeah, hopefully whatever you're doing, like, hopefully it goes beyond just you. We hope that it's all about making yourself more productive and having, like, less feelings of guilt because you're not, like, you're being more, even if you're taking time away, you're more efficient in the time you are working, which, like, I think makes us all feel a little bit better about ourselves. Then your boss is happier, and your coworkers are happier, and your whole team, maybe you're making more money. It's good. And I don't know what I was going to say.
It's okay. I mean, Drew's exactly right in line with this, where it affects much more than you when you're taking care of yourself in the workplace. I mean, like we were saying, there's a 14% increase in violence. Maybe you won't feel the need to go punch your coworker in the face if you know there's some strategies that you can utilize to kind of calm yourself down first and take your mind out of this workplace stress, wherever it may be. And I mean, I was dishwashing and I hated that job. It was the worst job ever. It was like 8 hours at the university cafeteria, and you just saw all this waste. And there was like this woman that was an immigrant working with me, and she was just overworked, and I just was hating it. And what I'd had to do every day was go outside, and then I'd always meet up with one of my friends who lived right by there. And even if it was just for 5 minutes, something like that helped me so much. So I think no matter what the job is, be it an office place, a restaurant, I mean, the crappiest job that I can't even think of, there's like that one show about crappy jobs, like implementing self-care in all of those is going to be really helpful.
Oh, and maybe you rub off on your coworkers if you work in a particularly stressful environment and you're like, oh, I do this for myself. Maybe they're going to be like, maybe that's a good idea. And maybe they see how it benefits you and then they do it and then it's less stressful because everybody's just more chill.
We need to increase the chill levels, decrease the stress levels. So that's day 10, how to take care of yourself in the workplace. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope that you found some helpful tips.
Yes, and if you want more ways to help, like more things to help with your self-care, consider ordering one of our self-care kits so you can get it. I am really struggling today with words. So you could get items delivered to your door, like candles, journals, the coloring books you bring to work. Just leave them lying out so they just like get the idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little meditation card, so it's super easy to do meditation at your desk, and a little mug in the holiday one, so you can be sipping on that chamomile tea to calm yourself while you are getting stressed. So we hope that this has been helpful. We hope to see more of you, hear more from you about what your tips are, and check out our site and our self-care kit if this is something that you think has been really helpful for you.
Yes, let us know. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, happy Wednesday. Enjoy yourself.